Hey girl, thank you for leaving that comment because I think a lot of people feel this way, but they don't say it. In my book, I talk about the 5 financial frustrations that most people face when it comes to their money. Frustration number 1, that they feel like their money runs out before their bills run out. Frustration number 2, they feel like they just got enough to pay all their bills and then there's not really anything left over, and that creates a lot of anxiety around payday. Frustration number 3, feeling like I can pay all my bills, but then I don't really have anything left over for something to go wrong. God forbid a tire blow. Pop-ups will throw me off. Frustration number 4, feeling like I can pay all my bills and I could cover a little emergency, but I'm not really getting to enjoy life. I don't get to accept invites to brush and vacations without stress and anxiety because I make just enough to live. Frustration number 5, feeling like I can pay my bills, I can prepare for a pop-up expense, I can even afford to live day to day, but I don't make enough to feel confident that I'm ever going to be able to retire. I don't feel confident that I'm not going to be stuck in this job for the rest of my life. I don't feel confident that I can change my situation if I wanted to. I might be stuck in a bad marriage. I might be stuck in a bad job. I might be stuck in a bad city. I don't feel confident that I can pivot, and I feel frustrated that I can't choose what's best for me without fear, shame, or guilt. That feeling of not being able to do what you want without fear, shame, or guilt, people feel that in all 5 phases. The solution is to address them one at a time and in order. So if you are feeling like I can't afford to pay all my bills, I have more bills than money, that means that you're in the red and you got to get out of the red. And there's only 2 ways to get out of the red. It is to spend less or make more. Now, spending less, it's probably the quickest thing that you can do is to look at your budget and see what you can immediately cut off. But honestly, it's not the funnest. What's more enjoyable is to make more. And for that, you got to have confidence in yourself because you can make more. You could probably make more doing exactly what you're doing right now, but you don't believe in yourself enough to shoot your shot at a different job or to ask for a raise. And you need to work on that. Number 2 is if you are out of the red, your next step, if you're in the second frustration, which is just being paycheck to paycheck, is you need to get a month ahead. And to do that, you can participate in one of the challenges like the one I'm running right now, which is the No Spend September Challenge. There's so many cool money challenges that are out there. Whatever you can do to try to save a month's worth of your fixed expenses will put you in a position where you can set all your bills on auto pay and you know those bills are going to be paid because you have a month worth of money already sitting in your account. So when your paycheck hits, it's simply replenishing that fund. And you never have the anxiety around what if my bill comes in a day early, or what if it comes in $20 more than normal, right? You have enough time, enough thinking space to adjust to that $30 difference. Number 3 is if you feel that you're never prepared for an unusual expense, then that means that you have a problem projecting your real life. You don't know how much your real life costs you. You know how much your fixed expenses are. You might even know how much your groceries and gas typically run you, but you don't know how much the random activities that you do throughout the year cost you. And so you're not able to prepare properly. In my budgeting workbook, I include something called the pop-up expense planner, and it helps you think through your annual expenses so that you can figure out how much you need to set aside every single month. So when those expenses randomly pop up in March and then again in July, you're not derailed by them. You're not feeling like you're constantly getting set back. The 4th, being able to enjoy the life you're living right now, feeling like you're missing out. Once you have gotten your foundation, your structure, your day-to-day, you've taken care of your needs, now we get to explore our wants more intentionally. And the way you make money for that, the way you create funding for that, is you go back and you look at your spending and ask yourself, is my spending in alignment with the things I care about already? Oftentimes, we're already putting money out there to things we don't even really care about. But we've never taken the time to reevaluate our values from what we cared about in our 20s. The 30 and 40-year-old version of myself does not care about the things I cared about that 20-year-old me cared about, but they're probably still in my budget. Go back and look at your spending for the month, for the year, and ask yourself, what are you paying for right now that you don't even care about? The quicker you can identify those items, the quicker you can realign that money into something you really do care about. The money is there. It's just being used in the wrong place most of the time. And then again, you can do things like I said before, the challenges you do to get a month ahead are the same challenge you're going to do to increase your pop-up savings, which is the third stage, and the same challenges you could do to say yes to more things you want to do right now. But here's the best part. Stage 5. Stage 5 is where we get ourselves real freedom. Real freedom to say yes to ourselves with whatever we want. Not just the big things of can I retire? Can I leave this job? But the little things that you want to do, like can I really go and travel abroad for a year? Can I just take a year off of work? Right? Being able to say yes to yourself without fear, shame, and guilt. And the way you do that is by creating passive income for yourself. Clock in optional. That's where we want to get to a point where clocking in, I'm here because I want to be here and not because I have to be here. And the way to do that is to create passive income. And you do that by having investments. And I'm not talking about just your traditional investments like stocks and bonds. I'm talking about an asset that pays you money. We think that we're going to save our way to wealth, and we're never going to save our way to wealth. We can only invest our way to wealth. You have to be able to acquire assets that pays you money. That looks like buying a property, renting it out. The rental income is paying you money. Buying a car, putting it on Turo, the money you get from renting out your car is paying you money. Buying a vending machine, putting it in a location, the money you get is paying you money. Buying an ATM, putting it in a location, the ATM fees you get is giving you money. Those are all types of assets that can pay you money. But there's all kinds of assets that can pay you money. But in order to be able to buy that asset, you got to save for it. So stop saving just to save and start saving to invest. So when opportunities come around where you can acquire an asset that can pay you money, you can afford to do that. But you can't start at the end. You got to start at the beginning. You got to have a solid foundation first. You got to get out of the red. You got to get a month ahead. You got to plan for pop-ups. You got to take care of you right now and make sure you're enjoying some of your life right now, because this is a journey. It's not going to be something you're going to switch overnight. So you need to be able to enjoy the process, right? And you need to make sure that you're putting money away so that you can invest. All right? If you like this video and you found it helpful, please do me a favor and share it. Don't be selfish. Give it to somebody who you think needs to hear this information too, because I promise you're not the only person frustrated. And if you want to continue hearing information like this, follow me. I like new friends. Become my new budget bestie. If you ask questions, I'll answer. So if you want to ask another question about anything I said, even in this video, let me know in the comments and I'll keep answering them. I want you to be able to treat yourself and get your kids what they need as well. I don't want you feeling trapped forever. But baby girl, it is a process. Take your time. Be nice to yourself. You're going to get there. Just the fact that you took the time to comment on this post tells me that you care and that you're already on the journey. Just keep going.